Welcome everybody to our Year 6 show for 2021. I honestly wish you were all in the room with me. Unfortunately you're not, but we still have an amazing show for you. Massive thanks before we start to Mr. Y, Mr. Millen, Miss Goldberg and Mrs. Mann and all of the children. Those in school, those isolating at home. We've tried to incorporate everybody into this show. Hope you enjoy it. Matilda.
My mummy says I'm a miracle.
My daddy says I'm a special little guy.
I am a princess.
And I am a prince.
Mum says I'm an angel sent down from the sky.
My daddy says I'm a special little soldier. No one is as handsome, strong as me. It's true he indulges my tendency to bulge, but I'm a little soldier. Hop 2, 4, 3.
My mummy says I'm a miracle. One look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day dot chop, the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's been paid for a miracle like me.
My daddy says I'm a special little soldier. No one is as bold or tough as me. As my daddy told you, one day when I'm older, I can be a soldier and shoot you in the face.
My mummy says I'm a miracle. One look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day dot chop, umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no paid for a miracle like me.
My mummy says I'm a precious barrelina. She has never seen a prettier barrelina. She says if I'm keen I have to cut down on the cream, but I'm a barrelina, so give me more cake.
My mummy says I'm a miracle. One look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day dot chop, the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no paid for a miracle like me.
Look, is this going to take much longer, Doctor? I've got a plane to catch up for. I'm competing in the biannual International Southdown Ballroom Dancing Championships in Paris.
You're getting on a plane, Mrs. Wormwood.
Of course I am. I always compete, Doctor. But this time I've got a secret weapon. Rudolfo. He's part Italian, you know. Very supple. Has incredible upper body strength.
I think we should have a talk.
So, what is it? What's wrong with me?
Mrs. Wormwood, do you really have no idea?
Wind?
Mrs. Wormwood, I want you to think very carefully. What do you think might be the cause of this?
Am I... Look, am I fat?
You're pregnant.
What?
You're going to have a baby.
But I've got a baby. I don't want another one. Isn't there something you can do?
You're 9 months pregnant.
Antibiotics or, oh my good lord, what about the International Amateur Salsa and Dancing Championships?
A baby, Mrs. Wormwood, a child, the most precious gift the natural world can bestow upon us has been handed to you. A brand new human being, a life, a wonderful new person is about to come into your life to bring love and magic and happiness and wonder.
Oh, bloody hell.
Push, Mrs. Wormwood, push!
I'll push you in a minute.
Where is he? Where's my son?
Mr. Wormwood, are you smoking a cigarette?
What? Oh, of course. Sorry, Doctor, what am I thinking? This calls for a proper smoke. Oh, he's an ugly little thing, isn't he?
This is one of the most beautiful children I've ever seen.
Where's his thingy?
Is what?
His thingy, his whatchamacallit, his doodah. What have you done with his thingy?
This child doesn't have a thingy.
What? A boy with no thingy? Look what you've done, you stupid woman. This boy's got no thingy.
Mr. Wormwood, this child is a girl, a beautiful, beautiful girl.
Is there still time for the International Amateur Salsa Sausage?
Dance competition's over. You missed it. Look, I don't suppose we could exchange it for a boy, could we?
This is the worst day of my life. Oh, my undercarriage doesn't feel quite normal. My skin looks just revolting in this foul fluorescent light. And my gown is nothing like the semi-formal, semi-Spanish gown I should be wearing in the semi-finals tonight.
My mummy says I'm a miracle. One look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day dot chop, the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no paid for a miracle like me. Oops,
My mummy says I'm a lousy little worm. My daddy says I'm a bore. My mummy says I'm a jumped up little germ, that kids like me should be against the law. My daddy says I should learn to shut my pie hole, no one likes a smart-mouthed girl like me. Mum says I'm a good case for population control, Dad says I should watch more TV. Get out of it. Yes, sir. That's right, sir. 155 brand new luxury cars, sir. Are they good runners? Let's put it this way. You wouldn't beat them in a race. No, sir. Yes, sir. They are good runners, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed, sir. So, how much exactly are we talking about?
Harry,
Hang on.
look at this. She's reading a book. That's not normal for a 5-year-old. I think she might be an idiot.
Listen to this. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom.
Ah!
Stop scaring your mother with that book, boy.
I'm a girl.
And she keeps on trying to tell me stories, Harry. Stories? Who wants stories? I mean, it's not normal for a girl to be all thinking.
I'll call you back. Would you please shut up? Biggest business deal of my life, and I have to listen to this. It's your fault you spent us into trouble, and you expect me to get us out. What am I? A flaming escapologist?
Escapologist, he says. What about me then? I've got a whole house to look after. Dinners don't microwave themselves, you know. If you're an escapologist, I must be an acrobat to balance that lot. The world's greatest acrobat. I'm off to bleach my roots, and I shan't be talking to you for the rest of the evening, you horrid little man.
But I'm going to make us rich.
Rich? How rich?
Oh, very rich. Russian businessman, very, very stupid. Your genius husband is going to sell them 155 knackered old bangers as brand new luxury cars.
But that's not fair, the cars will break down. What about the Russians?
Fair, listen to the boy.
I'm a girl.
Fair does not get you anywhere, you thick-headed twit brain. All I can say is, thank heavens Michael has inherited his old man's brains. Eh, son?
Well, I shall take your money when you earn it, and I shall spend it, but I shan't enjoy it because of the despicable way in which you have spoken to me tonight.
This is your fault with your stupid reading and your stupid box.
What? But I didn't do anything, that's not right.
Right? Right. I'll tell you something. You're off to school in a few days' time, and you won't be getting up right there. See, oh no, I know your headmistress, Agatha Trunchbull. Great, big, scary woman she is. Used to compete in the Olympics, throwing a hammer. Imagine what she's going to do to a squeaky little goblin like you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Now get off to bed, you little bookworm.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story. Like Romeo and Juliet, just written in the stars before they even met. That love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of the hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do what we're told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, You have to put it right. In the slip of a bolt, there's a tiny revolt. In the seed of a war, in the creak of a floorboard, a storm can begin with a flap of a wing. The tiniest mite packs the mightiest thing every day. Starts with a tick of a clock, all escapes. Starts with a click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout, because if you're little you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top, you won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
In business, son, a man's greatest asset is his hair. Good hair means a good brain. Now, the secret to my success in business is...
Secrets.
Yes, secret. The secret to my success in business is this. Oil of Violet's hair tonic for Ben. Stand back till your old man's going to work. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the spot. That's the bananas right there. Let me tell you something, son. A man can simply not fail to get noticed when he looks like this.
Secrets.
Ah! Your hair! It's ginger!
Good Lord, woman, have you started already? It's not even 8:30. Oh, my hair, it's ginger.
Maybe
What am I going to do? I've got my deal today with the Russians. I don't know what to do. What should I do?
I know what you can do.
What is it? What can I do?
You can pretend you're an elf.
Yes, that's it. I can pretend I'm in... What are you talking about, you fool? The boy's a lunage.
Mum, would you like to hear a story?
Don't be disgusting. Go on, creep on back to that library of yours. The sooner you're locked up in that school, the better.
Matilda, what a pleasure to see you. Here in the library again, are we? Yes, my mum wanted me to stay at home with her. She hates it when I go out. She misses me so much. Dad too. He loves having me around. But I think it's good for grown-ups to have their own space.
Your parents must be so proud to have a girl as clever as you. And you tell them lots of stories like you do with me. I love your stories, Matilda, and that's not a hint, by the way. But if you did happen to have a story you wanted to tell. Goodbye, Miss Honey. Good luck with your Tolstoy. As I was saying, Matilda, I'm not hinting. If you did happen to have a story you wanted to tell.
Who's that?
That lady, that was Miss Honey. She's going to be your teacher.
That lady's mine.
Yes, your teacher. Now look, are you going to tell me a story or not?
Once upon a time, the two greatest circus performers in the world, an escapologist who could escape any lock ever invented, and an acrobat who was so skilled it seemed as if she could actually fly, fell in love and got married. They performed some of the most incredible feats together anyone has ever seen, and people will come from miles around, kings, queens, celebrities and astronauts, but not just to see their skill, but also to see their love for each other, which was so deep it was said that cats would purr as they passed them and dogs would weep with joy.
Well, what happens next?
I don't know, not yet, anyway.
What? But isn't there some more? I mean, well, I suppose your mother will be waiting for you. Is she here? I'd love to meet her. Actually...
Bye, Mrs. Stokes. See you tomorrow.
After your first day of school.
My mummy says I'm a miracle. My daddy says I'm a special little guy.
I am a princess.
And I am a prince. Mum says I'm an angel. Mum says I'm an angel. Mum says
some things don't learn the alphabet.
The alphabet? You better learn to listen, kids.
And so you think you're able to survive this mess by being a prince or a princess, you'll soon see there's no escaping tragedy. And even if he puts in heaps of effort, he's just wasting energy until life has mirrored his ancient history. I have suffered in this jail. I've been trapped inside this cage for ages. This living hell. If I try, I can't remember. But before my life had ended, before my happy days were over, before I first heard the pealing of the bell, like I was furious. So innocent, I asked 1,000 questions, but unless you want to suffer the suffer, I'll teach you a thing or two. You listen here, my dear, you'll be punished severely. Step out of line and you cry as you W. Stay out of trouble and remember to be extremely careful.
Why?
Why? Did you hear what we said?
Just you wait for his head. Just you wait for his ABC, the FG, HFA, your SQ, WS. Why?
Why?
Just you wait for his head.
Good morning, children. My name is Miss Honey, and today is a very special day, your first day of school. Now, do any of you know any of your 2 times tables? Wonderful. Matilda, isn't it? Please stand and do as much as you can.
1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, 5 times 2 is 8. Oh, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 2 is 12, 7 times 2 is 14, 8 times 2 is 16, 9 times 2 is 18, 10 times 2 is 20, 11 times 2 is 22, 12 times 2 is 24.
What? My word.
13 times 2 is 26, 14 times 2 is 30, 28, 15 times 2 is 30, 16 times 2 is 32.
Stop. Good heavens, how far can you go?
I don't know, quite a long way, I think.
You think you could tell me what 2 times 28 is?
56.
Yes, that is. How about this? Now, this is much harder, so don't worry if you don't get it. 2 times 487. If you took your time.
974.
12 sevens?
84.
No way!
Let's leave maths for the time being and look at reading. Now, can anyone read this?
Oh, me, miss. I can. Me.
Very, very well, Nigel. Okay, yes. I think we better leave it there, Nigel. We don't want to burst the blood vessel on your first day. Lavender.
Is the first word tomato?
No, but tomato is a very good word.
Yes.
Matilda?
I can now read words.
No, Matilda, you can read words.
Yes. Well, I needed to learn to read words so I could read sentences because basically a sentence is just a big bunch of words, and if you can't read sentences, you've got no chance with books.
You read a whole book yourself, Matilda?
Yes. More than one. I read quite a few last week.
In a week? My, that is good. What books did you read?
Nicholas Nickleby, Jane Eyre, Tess of the D'Urbervilles, The Lord of the Rings, The Secret Garden, Kim, The Invisible Man, and Cat in the Hat.
Enter! Don't just stand there like a wet tissue. Get on with it!
Yes, Miss Trunchbull. In my class, that is, there is a little girl called Matilda Wormwood, and...
Oh yes,
daughter of Mr. Harry Wormwood, who owns Wormwood Motors. Excellent man. Told me to watch out for the brat, though. Says she's a real wart.
Oh no, headmistress. I don't believe Matilda's that kind of child at all.
What's the school motto, Miss Honey?
Aminatum est magnetum.
Babinum est magnetum. Children are maggots. In fact, it must have been her who put that steam bomb under my desk this morning. I'll have her for that. Thank you for suggesting it.
But I didn't.
Nonsense!
Responsible Matilda Wormwood is a genius.
Nonsense! Haven't I just told you that she's a gangster?
He knows her times tables.
So, she learned a few tricks.
Oh, but she can read.
So can I.
I have to tell you, headmistress, that in my opinion, this little girl should be placed in the top form with the 11-year-olds.
What? But she's a squib, a shrimp, an unhatched apple. We could not simply place her in the top form with the 11-year-olds. What kind of society would that be? What about rules, honey? Rules!
I believe that Matilda Wormwood is an exception to the rules.
An exception to the rules in my school?
Look at these trophies, see how my trophies gleam. In the sunlight, see how they shine. What do you think it took to become English hammer throwing champion in 1969? Do you think in that moment, when my big moment came, that I treated the rules with casual disdain? Well, like hell! Want to throw the hammer for your country? You have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to make the team, you don't need happiness or self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, children, 2, 3, 4. You want to throw the hammer for your country. You have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to make success, you don't need happiness or tenderness. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, Jenny, 2, 3, 4. And if you want to make the team, you don't need your self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line.
Now get out!
Tell you, headmistress, that it is my intention to help this little girl, whether you like it or not.
Stupid, nasty, stinking, slimy, great big question asking. How dare they speak to me like that? Who the hell do they think they are? Stupid, nasty, filthy Russians.
Don't tell me. We're not rich.
It's the mileage. They took one look at the mileage on the first car and said that all these cars were knackered. I told them, I said, hey, the reason the mileage is so high is a manufacturing mistake.
Is that true?
Of course it's not true.
So you lied?
Of course I lied.
And they didn't believe you?
Of course they didn't believe me. I've got ginger hair. What's this? Another flaming book? What's wrong with the challenge?
She's got no respect for that one. With her, it's all books and stories.
Oh no, it's a lovely book, honest. I'm sure you should read it. I'm sure you'd...
Lovely, here's what I think of your lovely. Oh, this is thick. How do you do this? Come on. Look what I've just found. Look at that. They're individuals. Now get out, you little bookworm. Get up, boy.
Do we have any super glue?
In the cupboard. And while you're at it, why don't you stick your stupid book to your stupid head?
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right.
I've got my eye on you, boy.
I'm a girl.
Matilda, can I ask you a question? Do all those brains in your head give you a headache? I mean, it's got to hurt, all squished in there.
No, it's fine. I think they just fit.
Right, well, I'd better hang around just in case. If they start to squeeze out of your ears, you're going to need help. I'm Lavender, and I think it's probably for the best if we're best friends. Now.
Heidi, someone poured a whole can of syrup onto the principal's chair. She sat down, and when she got up, her knickers stayed stuck to the seat. And someone told her I did it, but I never. Now she's after me.
That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
You're done, kid. You're
finished!
Once the principal decides you're guilty, you're...
Squish! Yesterday, she caught Julius Rotwinkle eating a gobstopper during science. She just picked him up, swung him around, and threw him out the window!
Don't listen to them. That didn't happen. They're trying to scare us.
Oh, Matilda, they say he's gonna put me in the chokey.
What? What's chokey?
They say it's a cupboard in her office that she throws children into. They say she's lined it with nails and spikes and bits of broken glass.
The place you are sent if you haven't been good, and it's made of spikes and wood, and it isn't wide enough to sit, and even if you could, there are nails on the bottom so you wish you'd stood. When the hinges creak and the door is closed, you cannot see squat, not the end of your nose, and when you scream you don't know if the sound came out or if the scream in your head even reached your mouth.
All right. When did this happen?
20 minutes ago. Why? Oh, she's coming.
Quick, hide, jackets!
You! Where's the maggot known as Nigel?
He's over there, under those coats. Where he's been for the last hour, actually.
What? An hour?
Oh yes, you see, unfortunately Nigel suffers from the rare but chronic sleep disorder narcolepsy. The sufferer is characterised by experiencing bouts of chronic fatigue and falling suddenly asleep, often without knowing or any warning at all. You see, he fell asleep and we put him under those coats for safety. Didn't we? Didn't we?
Yes!
Yes!
Narcolepsy.
Is it time for school yet, Mum? Hello? What am I doing here? Well, this isn't my room at all. Oh, hello, Miss Trunchbull.
Amanda Fripp,
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
what have I told you about wearing pigtails? I hate pigtails.
But my mummy likes them. She says they make me look pretty.
Then your mummy is a twit. Come here, girl. your name?
Matilda Wormwood.
So you're Wormwood, are you? I might have known. Well, Matilda Wormwood, you have made a very big mistake.
Just so you all know, she's my best friend.
Who is it?
Oh, hello. It's Miss Honey, Matilda's teacher.
Bit busy right now.
Oh, it will only take a moment.
What part of...
Stop being pathetic, Jenny. Stop pretending, Jenny, that you're going to march in there and give them a piece of your mind. Leave it alone, Jenny. The more that you try, the more you'll just look like a fool. This is not your problem. You've not got the spine. You are a teacher, just go back to school. But this little girl, this miracle, she seems not to know that she's special at all. And what sort of teacher would I be if I let this little girl fall through the cracks I can't see? This little girl needs somebody strong to fight by her side. Instead, she's found me, pathetic little me. And another door closes, and Jenny's outside.
And so the great day arrived. It was like the entire world gathered to see the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in a cage. Everything was arranged by the acrobat sister, a frightening woman who used to be an Olympic-class hammer thrower, who loved nothing better than to scare the children of the town. People whispered that in her dark and brooding heart she resented the sister, both her success and her love. Suddenly, out came the escapologist, dressed as usual in his tight and spanky costume, but there was no sign of the acrobat and no glimpse at all of a shiny white scarf, and instead of a musical fanfare there was silence as he solemnly strode into the room. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects caught by the man locked in a cage has been cancelled.
No.
Cancelled because my wife is pregnant.
Oh, Matilda.
Yes. The audience gasped so loud that a passing aeroplane caught it on its instrumentation and recorded it as an atmospheric phenomenon. Absolute silence. You could have heard a fly burp. Then suddenly the audience jumped to its feet and roared in appreciation.
Well, what happens next?
I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow.
What? But I don't know if my nerves will make it until tomorrow.
Mrs. Phelps, are you crying? Maybe I shouldn't tell you any more.
Oh no, Matilda, we must find out how it ends.
Yes. Wonderful. Goodbye, Mrs. Phelps.
Goodbye, Matilda.
Matilda, could I speak to you for a moment, please? I'm afraid I've not been too successful in getting others to recognise your abilities. So, starting tomorrow, I shall bring a selection of very clever books that I think will challenge your mind. And you may sit and read while I teach the others. And, well, if you have any questions, I shall do my best to answer them. How does that sound? Matilda, that is the biggest hug in the world. You're going to hug all the air out of me.
Matilda Wormwood, where is my...
Yes, Miss Trenchville?
So you admit it, do you?
Admit what, Miss Trenchville?
This plot, this foul carbuncle is none other than a disgusting criminal, a denizen of the underworld, a member of the mafia. This morning you sneaked like a serpent into the kitchen and stole a slice of my private chocolate cake.
No, I did not.
Miss Trunchbull, Matilda's been here all morning.
Sticking up for the little spitball, are you? Well, this crime took place before school happened, so therefore she is guilty.
Okay, look, all right, I stole the cake, and honestly, I definitely, almost, sort of, thought about owning up. But the thing was, Trunchbull's cake was so good, you see? I scoffed it down too quick, and now it started to fight back.
I'm not guilty, I didn't do anything.
You are guilty, because you are a fiend. You are a crook, you are a thief. I shall crush you, I shall pound you, I shall consign you to the seventh circle of hell, child. You shall be destroyed.
It was the biggest burp I'd ever done. It was the biggest burp I'd ever heard. It was the biggest burp I'd ever heard about. It was like the whole world went silent for that burp to exist. As a huge cloud of chocolatey gas wafted from my mouth, across the cask, past Alice, past Lavender, and then past Matilda, then my great, big, beautiful chocolatey burp, which now seemed to have a mind of its own, wafted full into the face of the Trunchbull.
Bruce Bogtrotter.
Yes, miss?
You liked my cake, didn't you, Bruce?
Yes, miss, and I'm sorry.
Oh, no. As long as you enjoy the cake, that's the main thing.
Is it?
Yes, Bogtrotter, it is.
Well, I did. Thank you.
Wonderful. Marvellous. That makes me so happy. It gives me a warm glow in my lower intestine. Oh, cook! Stage. What's wrong, Bogtrotter? Lost your appetite?
Well, yes, I'm full.
No, you are not full. I'll tell you when you are full. And I said a criminal like you aren't full until you have eaten the entire cake.
But...
No buts. You haven't got time for buts. Eat.
But I can't eat it all.
Mistress, he'll be sick.
He should have thought of that before he made a pact with Satan and decided to steal my cake. Eat.
He can't!
Eat.
He surely can't!
Eat.
He might explode!
Eat.
I've seen a slice, or even two, Bruce. Might be nice. But even you, Bruce, have to admit, between the bits, there's not a lot of difference in size. He can't, sure he can't, the old man Bruce. He might explode, he's quite elastic, he's going to blow, make him stop, he's fantastic. Look at him go, I can't watch, I think he'll effect. It's us to burn, Bruce. We expected, you have a word, Bruce. Maybe a largeness, it's a bit like a TARDIS. Consider you really inside. He can't. You are the man, Bruce. See, right in the last
Trunchbull, I got carried away.
It's all right, Jenny. We all get carried away sometimes, even me. Well done, Bogtrotter. Good show. Now come along.
Ow. Where?
Oh, did I not mention? That was only the first part of your punishment. There's more. The second part. And the second part is choking.
What? No, please, not that. You can't finish the choking.
Yes, please, you can. I will be defeated.
No, Miss Trunchbull, please.
Miss Honey. A fool. An idiot. You.
Hi, I'm Lavender, by the way, Matilda's best friend. There's a bit coming up that's all about me. Well, not exactly about me, but I play a big part in it. But I'm not going to say what happens because I don't want to spoil it for you. All right, look.
what I do is I volunteer to give the Trunchbull a jug of water, and on the way back... No, I'm not saying any more. Well, on the way back, I find a newt. A newt is like a really ugly lizard that lives in water, and I pick it up, and so I'm really not saying any more because I really don't want to ruin it for you. I'm going to put the newt in the Trunchbull's jug. It's going to be brilliant.
When I grow up, I will be tall enough to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the trees. You get to climb when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes go square, and I won't care 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be strong enough to carry all the heavy things you have to haul around with you when you're a grown up. And when I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up. And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day, and I'll play with things that mums pretend that mums don't think are fun. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will spend all day just lying in the sun. And I won't learn 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up. When I grow
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change.
when I grow
Just because I find myself in this story, it doesn't mean that everything is written for me. If I think the ending is fixed already,
I might as well be saying I think that it's okay, and that's not right.
Have you ever wondered, well I have, about how when I say red, for example, there's no way of knowing if red means the same thing in your head as red means in my head when someone says red, and how we are travelling at almost the speed of light, and we're holding a light, that light will still travel away from us at the full speed of light, which seems right in a way. I'm trying to say, I'm not sure, but I wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different from some of my friends. learned, these answers that come into my mind unbidden.
These stories delivered to me fully written. When everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting, the noise in my head is incredibly loud, and I just wish they stopped, my dad and my mum, and the telly and the stories would stop for just once. And I'm sorry, I'm not quite explaining it right. This noise becomes angry and the anger is light, and this burning inside me would usually fade. But isn't it today? And the heat and the shouting,
My heart is pounding, my eyes are burning, and suddenly everything is
quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that nice kind of quiet. Like the sound of a page being turned in a book, or a pause in a walk in the woods. Quiet. Like silence, but not really silent. Just that still sort of quiet. Like the sound when you lie upside down in your bed. Just the sound of your heart in your head. And though the people around me, their mouths are still moving, the words they are forming cannot reach me anymore. And it is quiet, and I am warm, like I sailed into the eye of the storm. Never again will she get the best of me. Never again will she take away my freedom. And we won't forget the day we fought for the right to be a little Never again will the choking go stop. Never again will I big believe now. Never again will I doubt it when my Lord says I'm a miracle. Never again. Never again will we live behind bars. Never again will we remain revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs, you sing revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done, and we'll have the church for revolting. We're revolting. We are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs, you sing revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done, and we'll have the church for revolting. We're revolting. Come on, screaming horse! Take out your hockey stick and use it as a sword. Never again will we be ignored. We'll find out when the chalk is gone and draw rude pictures on the board. It's not his